What's up everybody, Jason K5VAB. Wanted to do a quick video tonight about an indoor antenna that I came up with when I was in a different living situation. I said I want to put one that's completely inside the room that I have the radio in, and I wanted to make it out of parts that I had handy. I'd seen a couple different things online. I said, you know what would be really neat? Some type of aluminum tape or Faraday tape. So I recreated that tonight and I've got it up in my room right now. I'm gonna insert some video right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so this is a piece of 29-foot aluminum tape that I ran around about 3/4 of my room. Comes over the bathroom there, and then I've got it going into a 9-to-1 that's got sticky tape on the back of it. Cord going into the radio, got a choke on it. And then I got the counterpoise just going above the curtains there, draping down to the floor and kicking back behind my dresser. So I ran the tuning cycle starting at 15, kind of working my way down. It was able to pretty easily tune 15, 20, 40, and 80. I didn't try it on 17 meters, 12 meters, or 10 meters. I assume it probably would tune all of these as well. So you can just kind of watch the tuning cycle. You can see I did multiple portions of the band. It got it down to a 1-to-1 on pretty much everything. So we're talking CW, FT8, and the voice portion. So you can just sit here and watch me tune through the bands. There's 40 right there. See a whole ton of traffic going on there. So it's obviously receiving. And tunes down in the CW portion, about a quarter of the way up. No problem, no problem. Get up here to the single sideband portion. Same thing, pretty close to a 1-to-1, 1.5-to-1. Now 40 and 80, you have to retune, every little bit you move. If you move probably 5, 10K, you're gonna end up retuning. But the point is that the internal tuner in this Yaesu FT710 can handle this no problem. And we're back down here in the FT8 portion of 80. Boom, no problem. And trying to do 160 wouldn't tune. Oh well, too bad. So working our way from the bottom up, you can see 80 meters FT8. I'm obviously getting some signals here. I'm going to try to make a few contacts if I can. And I did have some luck. I think within a couple minutes I got a contact that was fairly close. Looks like Alpha Charlie 9 X-Ray Whiskey. He's in Wisconsin. He definitely heard me. We'll run through this QSO in a little fast mode so you can see the whole thing go. This next one's on 40. I believe I got a Victor Echo 3 India November Bravo. Again, I'll kind of fast forward through this so you can see the QSO. Did have to call CQ a couple times. So here's PSK Reporter after calling CQ a couple of times. By the way, this entire thing was done on 10 watts, so nothing higher than 10 watts. This is 80 and 40 meters after calling CQ a couple times. Here it is again. You can see I got pretty far out there. Most of it's local though. And then that's added with 20 in there. So even at 10 watts, we're seeing all the way across the country on 20, and then got a couple across the pond there. So it was a neat little experiment. I mean, it obviously worked in digital mode. I didn't really want to try it on single sideband, but when would you ever use something like this? You can certainly do it in a hotel room, an apartment. If you're still living at your parents' house and they're like, hey, you're not having any antennas outside, you're not cutting any holes in the wall, you're not running anything out through the window, and you're kind of stuck, but you really still want to play HF, this could certainly be an option. The other thing is that it's not insanely expensive, and it's not going to really damage the paint on the wall. So I laid down painter's tape and then put the aluminum foil tape on top of it. So when I pull this off, hopefully I'm not going to be pulling any paint off the wall. Even when I put the 9-to-1 up there, I put painter's tape on, then double-sided tape, then stuck the 9-to-1 to the double-sided tape. So this should really be, non-invasive, non-destructive way of being able to put up an antenna. I didn't have to put any like thumbtacks to hang wire. I didn't have to do anything like that, right? Now, what about some other options? I was just thinking it might be cool, instead of 9-to-1, do a 4-to-1 and make an entire full wave loop all the way around the room. and see what you could tune with that. Now, it's not going to drop it's not going to match the impedance as well as the 9-to-1. It's only going to do 4-to-1. So, you might be a little limited on what you can do, but just thinking about it, 4 walls, 12 feet, it's 144 feet. You do the math, you might be able to get 15 meter loop. So you could do 15, you could do 12, you could do 10, you could do 6. Might be able to tune it down and get 20. I don't really know, but maybe one of you guys can try that and see if it works. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw this out there and give people some food for thought, and maybe they can have some success with an antenna, even in a compromised living situation. This is K5BAB. Thanks a lot for watching.